curse word you want to say. And whenever the Spirit moves you, we are ready. Oh, if you want to. Here.
I just thought that might help.
Oh, you're so great. Yes, okay, good. You can.
Okay. Tennessee, 1944. Imagine you're going on your first date with the absolute girl of your dreams. You run down to the local shop to buy your first ever button-up shirt, and you arrive at her house, shake her father in the hand, and say, I'll have her back no later than 10 p.m. To a lot of you, this might sound like a fairy tale love story, but for my grandfather, Roy Billings, this became a reality. To give this story a better understanding, I'd like to turn to a clip from Hacksaw Ridge, and that can explain things better.
And that's because I'm sitting in the dark.
No. You just be here.
In order for you to understand how this artifact fulfills the definition of rhetoric, I will describe how it builds community and assists in advocacy. Before we begin to break down how this clip builds community and how from the commercial within it builds community, we need to define what that really means. Building community is when something reaches out to a group of people and when it bands people together. World War II commercials in general were extremely important for putting people on the spot to make a decision. They were a tool the government used to tap into people's emotions and show them what was actually going on overseas. Why I specifically chose to use this clip for this example is because it shows Desmond, the main character's reaction towards the clip. From being locked into Dorothy, the woman on the date's eyes, for 24 hours, there was one thing that simply turned his attention away from her and onto what was happening in front of him. I also think it's very important to look at the guy who's sitting behind him as well, on a date, but staring right at the screen. I think those are two main points that we could take away from the movie in general, but also World War II commercials, in that they bring people together and resulting those two guys, both sitting in the movie theater, joined 2 weeks later. Next, for you to understand how this artifact assists in advocacy, it is important to understand that assisting in advocacy, along with supporting ideas, gives private ideas a public voice. Therefore, it is easy to apply World War II commercials to this definition of advocacy. When you watch the commercial within the movie, what I think is very important is the music they use in the background. It's upbeat, it's prideful, and it's powerful. I'm not sure about you, but when I watched that, similar to what Desmond experienced, I kind of sat up in my chair a little bit and perked up my chin and was prideful for my country. To close today, this artifact proves to be a great example of social rhetoric. It builds community and assists in advocacy, and you can see that through the main character's reaction. It taps into the audience's mind and makes them question themselves and why they're not overseas. That being said, from persuasion, motivation, and commercials that he saw on his own, my grandfather, Roy Billings, a couple months after his first date with my grandma, Dorothy Billings, found himself in Normandy, France on D-Day in 1944.